A lot of news and attention yesterday evening given over to Carl Nassib. He is a Raiders defensive end who announced that he was gay, and he donated $100,000 to charity to help. Look, my position on this is why the NFL is the greatest meritocracy in all of sports and maybe the greatest meritocracy in all the country. Because all that matters is ultimately your ability to make plays on the field. And I think this is where most fans are, the vast, vast majority. Off the field issues, either good, bad, indifferent, most fans don't really care. All they care about is on the field. Let me walk through it. There are a lot of people out there doing incredible work. Walter Payton, Man of the Year nominees. If you are being an incredible force for good off the field, but you lack the ability to make plays on the field, it's not going to keep you employed in the NFL. If you are a force for ill will or poor behavior, but you are a really good player on the field, somebody will find a way to keep you employed. Look at Antonio Brown. Look at all of the different NFL players with criminal histories. Look right now, for instance, at Deshaun Watson, who has 22 outstanding civil lawsuits alleging sexual assault, and yet teams are still willing to trade for him because he's a very talented young quarterback in this league. And so, to me, what is fascinating about this is I think that the meritocracy basically says all we care about is your performance on the field. Michael Sam, I feel like we had this debate, feels like a decade ago, when Michael Sam announced he was gay, then was drafted by the Rams, did not make the roster, was not good enough to play. I don't think it had anything to do with his overall sexuality. I think it was entirely connected to whether or not he was good enough. And the same thing I think will be true of Carl Nassib. I don't think there are that many people that are homophobic who are NFL fans. I wrote in my book, my most recent book, Republicans Buy Sneakers Too, that if Bill Belichick could find a transgender dwarf who could play football at a high level, Bill Belichick would play the transgender dwarf, right? All of the identity politics that people want to be obsessed with as it pertains to sports ultimately boils down to one question. Can you play or can you not play? That's what the locker room cares about, your teammates. That's what your fans care about. That's what ultimately the organization cares about because that's what they're paying you to do. So I hope Carl Nassib is a good player for years to come. If he is, he'll be in the NFL. If he's not, then he won't be. That's how the NFL meritocracy works, whether you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whether you are gay or straight, whether you are religious or you don't care at all about religion, whatever your background is, if you can play, the NFL will find a way to let you play for them. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind about this. I do think Michael Sam has already sort of trod this terrain. I'm not sure that this is a real new story. I understand the active roster part, but I would argue Michael Sam is a bigger storyline because he made these comments right before the NFL draft so that every team was aware of his sexual orientation before they even got to the draft. Now, I am a big proponent of speaking and saying and being as honest and authentic as you can be, whether you're gay, straight, whether you're conservative, whether you're liberal, whether you are white, black, brown, Asian, Hispanic, whatever your background is, own it, speak your authentic voice, and don't run and hide from anything. So that's my perspective on this story in general that took over and got a lot of attention yesterday.